Hi there and welcome to Archery Solutions. My name's Darin Jackson and today I'm going to show you, I got a new set of strings here and I'm going to show you how to put them on this Sucker Punch Junior without the use of a bow press. Now I've got a bow press, I could use it, but what I want to show you is what happens that'll ruin your bow fishing trip out on the water is that you will have a bow, for whatever reason, you might blow a knock up or something, but a bow will derail off of the cams. So, and what I mean by that is your string will come off the cams and then you can no longer shoot it. With the whole Cajun line of bows, the wonderful thing about them is you can loosen them up. You can loosen up your limb boats, which are right here, out 12 to 14 turns. And what you'll be able to do is you'll be able to get this to almost 0 pounds and you'll be able to restring your bow without any issues. So let me show you how to do this. We're going to restring this, and I got these cool new hot colors from Dominant Strands, and we're going to put these on here, take the factory ones off. The only tool you're going to need, and you should have it on your boat anyway, is an Allen pack to help you repair anything that happens to your bow. For the sake of time and ease, I'm going to use a ratchet. You'll see it just makes it go that much quicker, but we'll go from there. So let's get these limb bolts backed out and show you how to do it. Okay, so we're backing out the limb bolts here. You have 2 limb bolts, top and bottom. And basically all it is standard thread, righty-tighty, lefty-loosey. So we're going to back these out. I got it on tight too. We're going to back these out 12 turns, but what I'm going to do is I'm going to do 3 on the top, 3 on the bottom, and bump back until we get to 12, just in case there's some kind of issue that they accidentally put in a shorter limb bolt, and you don't want stuff that's flying apart, especially when you're out on the water. So we're going to do full revolutions.
1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3.
2, 3. Now you can see here, and maybe we can zoom in on this so you can see, but we'll be able, you can see how big the gap is here already. And there's almost no tension on this string whatsoever. So I'm gonna go 3 more turns because there's still about 5 to 7 pounds on there. And then we're gonna take these strings apart. Whoa. There we go. And something I should say also, this doesn't have to be exact when you're doing this. You just want to keep them close to the same amount of turns. That way you know the threads are. When we get done putting the strings on, we're gonna crank it all the way down to set the timing on it. So that's basically it for that. And you can see like that the string is just like actually limp right now. So now we're gonna reset the string and put the new set of strings on. Okay, so now we're gonna replace the strings. I'm gonna take them off. Something that's really good, especially in this day and age, get your cell phone out, take a picture of where the cams, what the strings look like on the cams, what they look like on the cable slide. For those of you who don't know, this is a cable slide. And take a picture of the bottom cam. That way, if you get confused, you can always go back, look at the pictures, and you're ready to go. So, first thing we're going to do is we're going to take the split buses off. Okay? So all we do is we pop off the tops off of both sides, and then on the split bus that runs upside down, we're going to take it off the post off the top cam. And then while we're up here on the top cam, we're going to go ahead and just flip this over. Hello. That's no pressure right there, boys. We're gonna flip this over and we're gonna take off the string on the top cam. Now you notice things are going kind of haywire here right now because I have no tension whatsoever on the string. And the reason for that, or the reason why everything's kind of falling apart, is because of the lack of tension. Just make sure if you're on the boat, you don't lose any parts, like especially these little rockers that go inside the cam. I'll explain those a little bit when we get done here, but we'll set those to the side. And then we're gonna do the same thing we did on the top string, and we're gonna do the bottom string, or the bottom cam, I should say. And everything gets tangled up and everything, so that's always a joy. All right, so normally I would go ahead and slide my finger savers off, but we're gonna wait. I'm gonna do that in a different video. I'm gonna install the finger savers. So we're just gonna set this string to the side. And we're gonna start by putting the string on, because the string will kind of help hold everything together. So the post that we took the string off of, we're just going to put it right back on that post. All right, and then I'm gonna do that yet. I'm gonna get the cables. We'll get the cables put on here. It's always good to have about 4 hands when you're doing this. All right, so now we got a little bit of tension on here and it's holding the limbs in place. And we got to put this this rocker back in here. And what we're going to do is I'm going to just loosen up. I'm going to take the top one off and slide this rocker back in place. Come on. And I got to do the same thing to the bottom one before I get it. Get the strings tight on here. And I'd highly recommend, if you're changing strings, don't change strings on the boat. Oh, you dirty dog. Yeah, Lewis is going to give me an extra set of hands here.
I'm Lewis from Dominant Strands, and we're going to help. If we were in the boat, we'd be doing this with 2 people too. Because like Darin said, stuff falls apart and it's hard to keep together with no tension. Got it.
There you go. Hold it right there. Yeah, you got like 5 things going on at one time here.
A boat installation is an absolute emergency. Not something we want to do on a regular basis.
There, evidently. Now it'll hold together, at least for me to get a little bit of tension on this thing. So, yeah. So now we're all set up. Now we're going to put some turns back onto the cam to start tightening, or to the limb bolts, start tightening things up, and everything will kind of hold together as we do this. So let me swing back around to the front of the table here, and we'll start putting some turns on this thing. All right, so now all we're going to do, and we're not really going to count, is we're just going to tighten these up. And I'm just going to tighten a little bit on one end and then go to the other end, and then we're eventually going to end up being all the way, we're actually going to be all the way tightened all the way back down so that everything's symmetrical on the boat. And once again, you could tighten these all the way up one at a time, the top and then the bottom, but it's always a good idea to take them and do about halfway on one end and about halfway on the other end. All right, so the bottom cam's all the way in. Top cam's all the way in. All we have left to do is to set our cable slide back on our cable slide rail, and we'll be ready to go. I always like to take a look, make a little inspection, and make sure everything looks normal real quick, make sure it looks like the pictures that I took. And then we're gonna put the cable slide on, and then we're gonna check it to make sure that it draws back okay, that I didn't screw something up, and go from there. All right, and the cable slide should be real easy just to pop on there. Hopefully we got that on video. But, so always double check your posts on your split bus just to make sure that they're on all the way. Double check your posts up here to make sure that they're on all the way and that your string post is on. And then I always like to look down the bow and just check to make sure that I don't have the string out of whack. I do have a little bit of adjustment to make on this. There's a little bit of a dog leg, but that won't be hard to do. I'll show you how to do that. I think I actually already made a video on that. But we're going to draw it back just to double check it. Everything's good. Now we're ready to be back on the water. So we just changed the strings on the Sucker Punch Junior, and I've got a shore runner right here, and you can see up on this top cam, 99.9% of the time, this is what's going to happen when you're on the boat, and this is what you're going to have to fix. The strings, I was just showing you how easy you can do it without a bow press. You can do it with an extra set of hands in your workshop, in your garage, whatever you want. If you're going to do it if you have to do it on the water, it's just going to be an emergency situation. I don't recommend actually changing the strings on the water. But this is what you're going to have to do here. I've already, on this shore runner, I've already backed the limbs all the way out. So you saw that process is exactly the same. And then all we're going to do is like there's almost no poundage on these limbs. We're just going to take the string and we're going to carefully roll it back on the cam, like so. And now it's ready to go again. All we have to do is crank the limb bolts back down and then take them out the amount of turns that you prefer to shoot poundage wise with the fish that you shoot, and then you're ready to go. So you can see there, I derailed this and boom, I'm already pulling. Like literally that was, if you count the limb bolts, probably 3 minutes and you're back on the water, you're shooting fish. So just keep that in mind. That's what you're going to do most of the time. But you do not need a bow press to change the strings on any of these bows, any of the Cajun series bows. So, all right, well, I hope you enjoyed this video. As you can see here, we've got all the bow fishing bows on the bench here. And, you know, this just shows you how easy it is to change the strings out or fix a derailed bow, even if you're out on the water or you don't have a bow press. You know, I hope you enjoyed it and find yourself needing to do it and easy to do. So make sure, you know, like we said before, like the video, give it a thumbs up, leave a comment. We love to hear your comments, and hope to see you again next time. Thanks.